this whole thing's on fire.
My excavator is in the hole back there. Immediately to get the excavator out. Dude, that's a big problem. All the water from the property, it's all just bleeding down this whole bank.
You was gonna leave it where it's at. How you gonna tell me to go down more now?
This is triple in cost probably. There's no turning back. When you're working on larger projects that are drew up by engineers, you're starting a project built on a bunch of assumptions, right? Like assuming there's good soil. My buddy Chad is working on a project over in Tennessee, and they got into the project and there's not good soils, so that assumption was not correct. So obviously the whole plan will and needs to change. We're gonna head over and help him out and try to figure out, number one, what needs to be done to correct the issue with this, and number two, develop an engineered plan to do so. All this is just trash. None of this you can tell is virgin. I think when they cleared these lots, they just bolted all this material down. Probably what we're gonna end up having to do, Legend, is multiple benches, but I think we need to cut a bench on this bottom to figure out where good virgin's at. That's gonna be a lot of fucking soil. So, Legend, if you can push this gravel back up, then I'll start cutting a bench and pulling it back and throwing it back to you. And then if you can work in behind me and plow it out here, just gonna have to cut this bottom bench down to virgin so we can at least get something started here for retention, you know? The goal right now is just do discovery. Let's figure out how far we gotta go, and then if we can get to that point before lunch, we'll go take lunch and figure out a plan. And we're probably gonna have to do a bench here, bench there, you know what I mean? Get all this bad soil out of here. There's 4 more houses down. This continues all the way up through all 4. So we're only, you know, working for this person right now. So you see in that curve, like where it's really bad, we're probably gonna have to fall just a little short and like turn real hard in to tie this in, unless we sell the other 4 houses, you know. Riprap was the initial plan, riprap and geo layers, but with how far the slope, I don't know that we're gonna have to do something for this toe here, you know. Could end up being multiple walls going up depending on how much shit is on this. It may not be that we can do. The riprap's only like it doesn't hold everything, and that's a lot of weight. Yeah. So if this is shit all the way to the base of that, then we may have to do terrace walls. Okay. Chad is getting up there with the landscape guy, I guess, but I told him to get a measurement on this pipe. Let's get the pipe coming. So in a minute, when me and Legend shift to moving over there, you may hop on the 308, get a million from where the pipe is like.
Right here's like, this is the wettest part right here. So either the pool's leaking, or they got some pipes busted, cracked or something underneath right there, and it's just like coming out. But it's probably done that for like a year. I'll just take the house off the man.
Up to here, surprisingly, is channeled with gravel, so that's cool, but that's also a leach line, not an outlet line, so it's designed to
leach out.
Yeah, so it's collecting water from somewhere, which is what it's designed to do, but it should be channeling it to the bottom of the hill, not fucking leaching on
right into
such
here.
a steep
Exactly.
filled hill, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's collecting water right now from something.
Yeah.
Whether it be spring or supply or, you know, that's gonna have to be replaced. We can't leach on this bank, and we can't leach behind whatever we repair. It's gotta be channeled down to the bottom.
Right.
All the gutter is hard piped in, so you can't, you know, stick a hose in and see where it comes out, unfortunately, you know. Of these 6 inches that that may have collected water over time.
Yeah.
Because like the whole backyard is turned to this wall. It really should have been like a swale and channeled out. But the whole yard from the pool and everything, it all turns water behind the wall. So it's collecting all that. And instead of this being a solid pipe and dumping the water down there, it's dumping it all on this bank. And I'm assuming there's probably many of these throughout the bank, which is causing the slide. So we know what the symptom is, but we need to really identify, is it just collecting that much rainwater? And
Did they use Drain Pro drainage for behind the wall? Thinks that all these are connected to the downspouts that don't have anything to do with the wall.
got the J-channel drain.
Yep.
So that's what I figured. So these are all gutter.
All gutter.
Dude, that's a big problem if this runs up underneath that wall.
Horrible.
If this isn't solid up through, whoever the landscape installer was probably just didn't understand that this needs to be solid through, you know, and just, I mean, my guys fuck up all the time and I'll say, go get a roll of solid and they'll bring me back perforated, you know what I mean? And, but you can't install it, so probably gonna have to find these 6 inches at the wall, make sure it's solid up to that point, and hopefully, God forbid, hopefully they switch to perforated from there, and that's what's causing the problem. Because realistically, if it's collecting water somewhere, city, pool, irrigation, and we can channel it to the bottom, who cares about the leak? That's the house is protected at that point, and then they can figure the leak out in the future. But if they're not seeing a difference in their bill, who cares? You know, we just gotta fix this. It's a lot of labor. You want me to call laborers?
All I have is one guy, and he's in Knoxville right now finishing up that stone wall.
Brain's hurting already. Laborer can be here first thing in the morning. I'll just have them hand dig all those. And in the meantime, we'll hog out what we gotta hog out. Hey, stick your bucket straight up in the air.
That it?
Trying to figure out how high this is gonna have to be cut.
You think that's where the problem's at?
I think that this is one problem. I think there's many problems all the way through. This is a 6-inch corrugated perforated line, so it's leaching water out
To the whole thing.
instead of it being a solid piping it to the bottom. And that's why you're seeing those others over there. They've run all their gutter line into perforated lines on this bank. So from where I'm sitting down, all that's going to be trash, which obviously it's all fill anyway with that stump there. So this is all going to have to be excavated out, and we're going to have to start down there with terraces coming up. You want to do walls or riprap?
We do walls, dude. I'm gonna be here for fucking weeks.
If you do riprap, you're going to be here for weeks.
I know.
Back on the pipeline, son. You ain't even got a thumb on that thing. I know you're right at home. I don't feel good about the riprap, and I don't think we can bring in rock or dirt. They're able to get rock here for 15 bucks a ton. Like a foot of riprap down, then geo, then another foot of riprap. So you like plow it out with the dozer and hoe, you know. You wouldn't have to have no laborer here for that, but
A lot of truckloads of fucking riprap.
we need to have a conversation with this homeowner. We got a couple different options of how we can do this.
Okay.
None of them are going to be cheap. This is triple in cost probably. We're probably pushing $1 million on this now.
Okay.
When we start to discover further, there's no turning back.
Right.
So they need to be committed to that. But we also need to check on availability on products before we try to sway them either direction, because like Ready Block, we may be calling from 4 different states to get enough Ready Block here.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Could be a logistical nightmare. But even riprap, if we do go back to the original plan, number one, I don't feel good about that. And I don't think Brendan will sign off on holding this whole house with just the stacked riprap. I think we're gonna have to do terrace walls.
What?
You're not yelling at us.
You ain't yelling at me. That's my whole job is to stand around.
Well,
They're good with it.
they did 3 walls, son. 1.2. You're gonna be here for a little while.
Oh,
All right, we need to start getting the first bench cut. What time is it? 2?
Almost 3.
3?
You want me to get on block and stone?
Yeah, you go ahead and start figuring out that. So you probably still want the 317 here just for your swing. And then the 320 we're probably really not even gonna use. He can, I guess, keep it pulled back from you for now and stacked up back here. and then tomorrow we'll start loading out with it. Let Mitch know we come on down here and pull dirt back from Legend. Legend, you go ahead and start cutting that bench all the way across. And
How
then
far you want to go?
I'll tell you when to stop, but it's going to be to the property line. We're going to do essentially from right here just past the pool pump all the way to past that wall to where the yard kind of levels back out. I plan on going to fucking Miami this week. I plan on being there the next 2 weeks as well. I have shit booked the next 2 weeks. I'm gonna go to the Jake Paul fight next week. I'm gonna have Vince come in since he did the other wall with us. He came from Ohio to help me for a while. Him and Legend did the other job together, but it's gonna take full operators. You're gonna need someone to unload blocks almost constantly, and shuffling back here while someone's stacking and someone's backfilling. So there's 4 machines really need running help. You're just doing the bin blocks, right?
Yes.
All right, I appreciate it.
All right, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Those bin blocks, you can use them in a pinch, but they don't lock together really well. You gotta chisel every fucking one of them to make them fit. You really need a hollow core block, like a ready block or a verta block.
Plan on Legend just being up here for 3 weeks then, or what?
Yeah. The good thing about him being out of town is he has to come to work. Shoe come up. Alright, so we got over here. We're excavating the bad soil. Legend's on a 317. We got Chad's got Mitch on the 320. We're just trying to excavate to figure out where virgin starts. We've kind of figured out the problems here. Is number one, this natural slope was very steep. When they cleared the lot, they just pushed all the trash off here. I believe there was 2 different contractors working here. I think the house build was with a very good contractor, and they've brought all of their drainage out to about where we're sitting here with large 6-inch pipe. And then at some point, someone attached onto that 6-inch pipe a perforated pipe, which is essentially just allowing all the water from the property, the gutter lines, all the catch basins, the French drains behind this large retaining wall behind us. It's all just bleeding down this whole bank. And with this being a bunch of fill material and it being saturated with the perforated line, it's all just filling. As you can see, originally we got into the first section that had already slipped. There's another slip just below us where Legend's digging now. Another slip 20 feet down. Another slip, another 30 or 40 feet past that. And if you look at the ground above the slips, you can see a large depression, which means it's starting to slip further and further back, closer to this wall, which is what we're fearful of, right? Is that there's a good footing below this wall, but closer and closer to the wall is starting to fail. So a couple different ways that we can kind of propose to fix this. The best option, most long-term structural option, is to come in below Legend down there at the property line, at the toe of the slope, and build a large 10-foot tall wall, kind of step back 12 feet, another wall, step back 12 feet, which puts us in here, and then we'll do a 5-foot above grade wall, which solidifies and holds the home, the pool, this upper retaining wall. There's other options of putting a wall in here down to virgin and a wall at the bottom down to virgin, and then kind of filling in between the two, but aesthetically it won't look great, and it's not, doesn't secure everything along the way. We can also do a large cambion wall at the very bottom, and then pull all this bad soil out, put gravel in for drainage, and then bring good soil back in, which doesn't allow anything to move again in the future. But if there was any settlement in between, that could allow this upper area to move. So Those are much cheaper options. None of them are very cheap. They're all very expensive. We wanted to give the customer a few different options, aesthetic and pricing being the big variance there. Fortunately, the customer chose to do this the right way, which is the most expensive way, and do the 3 terraced walls. So we're going to continue excavating this bad soil out. We're going to build a bench along the bottom, haul the bad soil out of here as we go. Once we get down to the property line on this bottom end, we'll bring in some retaining wall block and start backfilling that, build that up 10 feet above grade, and then step back. So it's going to be a couple week job, and we're going to try to bring another crew in to help us. So we'll essentially be running 3 crews here on the job. We've got some bad weather coming in this weekend, so we're going to try to make as much ground as possible before that comes.
In the morning, I'll just let y'all both tag team loading trucks. I'd like to get all this trash out of here and really clean all the way up to where your cut is on that bench. Let's get all this mud out of here. Probably throw that pipe in and then push this ballast down and over that pipe, and maybe we can get them trucks back in there so we're not moving this shit 10 times and fucking all this back up, you know. Maybe what we do is our wall is gonna kind of end just past our cut there, and we can kind of build a ramp up here for machines. We can get at the top, and maybe we just, customer doesn't carry the way, he just wants to know for sure the house is good. I may talk to Brendan and we just switch to one tall wall, and we come up this side with all of our material and just go across, so you can stack from the top, and then we don't have to worry about, you know how when we were on the other one, like you can't twist it all, you know, and shoveling all that gravel out there. Time is going to be important here, and I think that if we do the...
Now we build it one big wall. I won't be able to do it from the side.
No, I know, that's what I'm saying. That's why I think if our
now
wall
what
is...
if we cut it down, you know, and I build it up, do like 5 layers, you know, and where we can get the whole, if we get a maruca with a whole maruca in there, just dump
it,
where it can just dump.
Exactly,
And then we can get back on top of it, build it up more. That'd be the best way to stack it.
Because that maruca can drive right up, and as long as it gets turned before it makes that turn, and there may be some finesse on tying this end in here once we're like kind of backing back out, but then we can start over there and, you know, curve that in to solid, and then we're not side building that way. We're you know, one hoe can reach up. One hoe can reach up and set blocks up to you, or we can shuttle them up, you know, with a skid steer and forks. But then you're stacking on top, you know what I'm saying? Much faster. Let's get the hell out of here. I got a ton of paper.
Still busting this rock, getting this tank in.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, it's a pretty big chunk.
When you get to digging those contour lines, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to call me. I'll just be on the machine over here. So.
All right, I'll talk to you soon.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it.
See you.
Look at that.
Where's that from?
Weagles.
So I tried to build 3 different plans from 800K to 1.2 to give them a couple different options, you know. But I think what I'm going to change to is just do the one large wall scooted back away from the property line, which we were going to be right on the property line of the first one. But if I can scoot that back and keep that road in the bottom, then we can use this to do the other jobs. In a little while, gravel's going to start coming, so we do need to kind of prioritize getting this. I want us to bolt the gravel in here, and I think that's the best idea. If we can get all this cleaned up and start getting that road cut in, once this is clean, I'll have they'll stop for a minute, put this pipe in real fast, and push this ballast out over it, and just build a road out through there, you know. My laborers will be here soon too, and we can put this pipe in, and we'll just start pushing this ballast out and keep working our way back in there.
How about you get one of them logs and bury the fucker so I can clean out my bucket?
You like that?
Yeah. Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I think my bucket weighs 540 pounds.
Don't be sending half truckloads out of here, son. Bro, did you see the first one I sent out? I don't know how y'all are doing it over at Mariola Excavation, but it's full blade buckets and beds around here, son.
Watch this next truck.
Alright, show me. Show me how JCP loads a goddamn truck. I think I feel better about just doing this as one tall wall instead of the tiered wall. On this job, I can create the access, unlike the other jobs that we've done where we had to kind of terrace them. How do you feel about that? I think the structural integrity of doing the one wall and not having to work on top of the others with the machines and stuff, I feel better about. What about you? Yeah. I think we're just going to go at ready block because there's a manufacturer an hour from here that has the quantity, which is surprising. I'll send you everything over to your email right now. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. It's a fucking dog shit show over here, but I was gonna check on y'all, man, see how it's going, man. When you know, since you're digging those on a slope, I just usually throw my soil behind my low track, you know, to kind of level myself out, you know what I mean? And then anything extra from that, you just throw wherever you want to, you know what I mean? But yeah, when you first get started, it's a little tricky kind of getting yourself leveled, but then when you get a couple buckets full of dirt, you can throw it behind you to level yourself out. Pretty self-explanatory, but it's hard for a lot of folks to understand the contour lines. Are all my flags still up there?
Yes, sir, they are.
Alright, cool. So now you put your laser on the contour where those flags are at. You knock the flag over, you just make sure you stay on contour, you're good. Back up there in West Jefferson, where we did those two little boulder retaining walls in front of that house and put that propane tank on the side of the house.
Yeah.
That propane tank is too close to the house. Somehow, I don't know if the orientation got changed or something, but the tank has to be 10 feet away from any part of the house. So we're gonna have to go back up with the 308 or the 50, whichever one you want. Dig that back up. So we need to finish the septic, go do that, and then we need to start another project in Little Switzerland that you'll need one of the mini hose on. All right, dude, call me if you need me. Appreciate it. All right, see. Boy, what a mountain of shit, huh?
Oh my gosh. That's the guy was like, so how big's your dump site over there? He goes, oh, it's pretty decent. I was like, better hope so, because you got a lot
dozer
coming,
over
boss.
there? Change this plan again.
Okay.
And so, you see the bottom of that tape?
Yeah.
That's going to be the face of our wall, all right, which gives us 25 feet of backfill, and we're still 20 feet away from this wall, so we shouldn't have to excavate too close.
Okay.
That also allows us to still have that road access. I even thought about walking that 308 up here and going out there to help them to make it a little bit faster, but I really don't want to over excavate anymore than I have to in front of that wall, you know, especially with all we're doing here.
We're gonna be ready to put that pipe in. We should probably get another load of ballast coming. Whatever the big shit is.
Yeah.
Whatever you're calling that.
Yeah, it's ballast.
There's enough to cover that pipe, and we're gonna have to wait some to get across, you know.
Yeah. I'll tell the laborers to come help you.
He getting a bit,
Yeah, it's long enough.
yeah, no, saying how long is
Shorter than all of the pipe that we have.
it? Is it?
Yeah. We'll start it like right here by these trees and dig it out. Should I dig it out this way or just dig a trench?
Just dig it out.
How deep do you think we should bury it?
Probably go down a little bit on
Tell him to put that first pipe in. You was gonna leave it where it's at. How you gonna tell me to go down more now? I'm not going more than that. Stick it down in the trench. Stick it down in the trench. Did it seat all the way? Did it go all the way? Did it go all the way? It ain't seated. What's the turtle like?
Going to grab lunch. You want them to get you and Legend something too? I told them 2 hours ago I was going to go get lunch, but I've been trying to build this.
I'll have him text him.
All right. Let's say y'all did get to the job and y'all go to lunch and he don't remember how to get back to the job. Like he go to job. That's, you know, you just gotta like beat it into their head for a little while. Like always go to job, or don't call me, go to job. You know. Okay. This is where you would add your expenses for like what you, and it's all. And then like the guys can also add it, or you know, whoever's at your office, if they're dropping everything back there, they're coming in here and adding it. And then so it's live in real time. You know, like if this were to change, you'd be like, well, dude, we're already $186,000 into this, you know, and so you have it all in front of you, you know what I mean? Instead of going back and having a desk full of papers and trying to add it up, and then you're really kind of talking out of your ass while you're on the job because you don't know, you know?
There's no coupling here. It's perforated all the way.
What sucks is we need to channel that into hard pipe, but also have a French drain channeling what it's pouring out before here. Good thing is, it's not going to really affect our wall. We're putting so much gravel behind it that that fire hydrant up there can open up and it's fine.
You
gotta put it four-wheel drive in it.
17 is the last size that they have the small hydraulic pump, so that 320's got an even bigger pump. Still, I bet it's turned down a bit from the rental store. Watch, Legend can stack, what, see that? He's got about twice as much in his bucket than what the bucket volume will hold, and Vince can't even get a full bucket full, and it'll really move. Hey, y'all want to load one more truck? 2 more trucks, 3 more trucks. Obviously, they're not getting them in a 4 truck.
One here, gal, and she said you ain't cutting off till 6 o'clock.
Her?
I ain't trying.
Getting really close. This is gonna fall in the next hour. There's a 6-inch gap here. Right at this grass line, it runs right there. It'll stop right past that, you know? I just leave it for now and just be conscientious when you're moving through there. But look, if you get into good dirt over there, we're gonna need that dirt. So let's not haul it out. Yeah, and some of this upper backfill we'll do. You know how we've done the divide with dirt and gravel and then lay our fabric? We're gonna do that. If you get down there, just cut a bench. You know what I mean? Just for us to walk back and forth. But let's get all this mud out. You hear Legends horn, you better fucking pay attention. Remember the story saving my life with the stump, and then if I was any closer when that horn blew. I had seen it already though. They've done is they've tried to let each side where they're at now and right here leach because those others are solid. The ones in the middle, they went with solid pipe. I'm gonna connect to this line and run through, connect every single one of those lines with the one main trunk PVC line and go out and down past our wall. Exposing all of them out, and they're gonna go through and can dig, connect all of them. I want to get all that water that will come from them turned off before the rain gets here. My insurance is only going to cover about 3/4 of the house.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, the house itself is good. I mean, it wouldn't get past it. Still.
It's still expensive.
Still. It's an expensive fucking wall to rebuild, never mind the pool.
Yeah.
I don't want to buy those evergreens in front of it, never mind the wall. Getting closer and closer and closer. Like, keep your road, and we'll just keep them trucks going in at the bottom there. I'll get back on the dozer in a minute and keep pushing the road in so those trucks. And I told them to stop hauling me 3/4 and go back to hauling me this, and we'll just keep that pushed out the bottom. When I doze that in, if you can bring the 317 down, grab as heavy of a scoop of mud as you can and just curl it in as tight as you can. You use that extra weight and just walk all this in real good. Like, see how soft it is. Even
Yeah, no, it's
all the way up to there. The big pile is burning. Dude, I think that brush pile at the shop is on fire. I can see it on my camera. And my excavator is in the hole back there. Can you get someone over there immediately to get the excavator out, someone that can operate it? All they gotta do is literally turn it on and walk it away from the area.
Yeah.
I'm over in Tennessee. Call me when you get there, will you?
Alright.
Alright, see ya. It is when you can see the flames and the smoke blowing all over the place.
This whole thing's on fire.
That's what it looks like from me, from this camera.
Was y'all burning it, or did it,
Nah,
you know, been smoking or anything?
no, I mean, we've been gone. We're up. All my guys are in, half of my guys are in Sugar Mountain, half of my guys are over here in Kingsport with me. We ain't been there in days.
Yeah, it's all on fire.
That's what it looks like from this camera.
I'm moving you machine.
Thank you, man. I guess you guys have to send the truck out.
Yeah, we got 2 over here.
All right.
I don't know, the whole damn thing's on fire. All of it, the brush piles and all. It's windy and dry, like red flag, fire danger today.
Yeah. All right, I'll head back that way from Tennessee. I'm over here in Kingsport, so I'm a few hours from you. I called my guys that are in Sugar Mountain about 30 minutes ago when I seen the smoke. I could see a little bit of smoke on the camera, and I thought maybe it was just that mulch over there. So I told them about 30 minutes ago to leave and go check it out, but they're still probably another 30 minutes from you, you know.
Oh yeah.
Call me if you need me. All right.
They gonna put it out or like burn?
I ain't no putting that out.
Massive too. Like that picture does it no fucking justice.
They went to get the dozer to cut a fire break around.
I mean, it's probably 50 foot fucking tall, dude. If not more.
It's twice high as a 210 reach.
What we're gonna do, this thing, it was so much of it was on fire, there's no way you could put it out. I mean, you're looking at 5-10 million gallons of water being here for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
So we're letting it work. I mean, the only option is really to let it burn. I got your guys to take the track out in the dozer and push out that top side between like West Rock and the woods there. There's already been one tree where the embers just caught the tree on fire up there in the woods, but they took the dozer and pushed it down, pushed it back into the pile.
Okay.
So I'm gonna leave a person here with a brush truck just to kind of watch it till dark, till the humidity goes up and the wind calms down. I would definitely leave somebody here all night, probably, that can run a piece of this equipment
guys here are rolling. They'll be fine all night without me here working on this job. So I'm gonna come back there and I'll stay with it all night, and then I'll head back here early in the morning when my guys come back into work. Thank you, man. Appreciate y'all getting out there so quick. It's worried to death that tractor is gonna burn down.
Oh, yeah. Alright, well, I'll let you later.
See you, bro.
See, I'm ready. I swear we were melting over there. Have you got the heat on in here? You got the heat on? I didn't even know that.
Nothing that can be saved now. That mulch is gone. I think I have the 2 tons there. I thought we were gonna lose it, dude.
He said he's got a plan B, bring sprinklers if they need them.
Huh.
How things in Tennessee.
I don't know now. They're on a big bulk cut right now of just trash, so, but even with that, it's changed so many times because we don't know what's good, what's bad, you know what I mean? And so we're trying to kind of navigate through, and fucking, it just keeps falling in on us as we're going. It's so bad, so wet. I'll just rock with this tonight, I guess, and head back over there first thing in the morning. We're already a couple days behind, so people are gonna be pissed off, you know, and maybe if you can babysit this for a little while and Shane can get machines moved and on job sites so people know we are coming.